So I voted Remain, and I would vote Remain again, and I think it was the wrong decision to leave the EU. I think that it's had a negative impact on the country, both socially and both economically. I think we rely upon immigrants from the EU, for example, to staff the NHS. I think it brings a lot of richness to the country to have the freedom of movement, and I think it is very inconvenient and costly to not be part of a customs union.
I voted Leave.
And tell me why you voted Leave.
Because it didn't do much for the country, and leaving the country in a state, but it is still a bit of a state now. But just to get a better country and a better government.
I wouldn't change my vote for 1 minute. Stay. Remain. What a nightmare we lived through.
I haven't been abroad since we left Brexit, but I know that a lot of people didn't want to leave Brexit, including the BBC. And when you got question time, usually there was one Brexiteer and 4 non-Brexiteers. So it was an uphill struggle trying to get it through Parliament, as we know. But I've yet to see the advantages of leaving. Perhaps we don't give them all that money now. But I think the important thing is that we all stood behind Ukraine. I mean, I know this Spanish chap, and he's been teaching me flamenco lessons. I'm not very good, but I can put a fire out pretty quickly.
I would vote Remain if we had the decision again. I voted Remain many years ago, and after it was decided that we would be leaving, I accepted that and thought, okay, hopefully this will work out. Within 6 months of that chaos ensued, and it was clear that it wasn't going to work. And so I'm not ashamed to say that I marched against it. I would have overturned the decision, or certainly had another referendum back then, because I was worried about what it was going to do to our local economy and our country. I still don't think it's the right decision.
If I knew what the outcome of it all would be, probably Remain, purely because leaving was a farce.
It's been a catastrophic failure, this notion of Brexit, leaving, coming out of a large European market. The impact on the UK has been catastrophic, really.
I voted to remain in the EU, and if I had a chance to vote again, I would vote to remain in the EU. And of course, it's the worst decision this country has ever made in the last hundreds of years.